out of respect for their marriage, I won't get into too much detail about.
She's going to say, out of respect for their marriage, I'm not going to get into too much detail, and then proceed to get into too much detail.
But you were never friends with Erica.
No, because there just was something like, I don't know, I can't explain it.
So Candace wants us to believe that this Charlie Kirk didn't exist. This is the Charlie Kirk she wants us to believe in is the one that needed her to text on behalf of her friend and stuff like that. Not this guy.
So I bought her ticket, and she accompanied all of us to Hawaii, and Josh was there, and Sarah was there, and we had a great time.
God knew I literally needed someone to smack me up beside the head, being like, I'm not playing games. I'm not going to play with your heart. I'm a loyal person. I'm a good person. I'm a God-fearing person. I want to date you. I have zero tricks up my sleeve.
Grace and peace, everybody. We're back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, so you know what we're about to do. Recently, Candace Owens sat down with Elizabeth Lane, and they did this, I want to say a fan meetup, because it really wasn't an interview. But in this discussion, let's just call it a discussion, Candace describes how Erica and Charlie met. And I want to play that segment for you. I also want to play when Candace talked about Erica, the first video after Charlie Kirk passed away. And then I want to bring in what Erica and Charlie said. And I want to see if you see what I saw in this video. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's go check it out.
What was it like when you met Erica Kirk the first time?
I remember meeting Erica at Del Frisco's. And
did Charlie introduce you guys? Was it with Charlie?
He wanted me to come meet her. And I was excited to meet her because she was giving him attention. And what I mean by that is, out of respect for their marriage, I won't get into too much detail about.
She's going to say, out of respect for their marriage, I'm not going to get into too much detail, and then proceed to get into too much detail. It's crazy work. Watch this.
The time before he met her, it's not offensive to the marriage. It's like, obviously people try to date before, and he was trying to date this girl that he was totally obsessed with. And this girl that he was chasing, it's kind of one of the worst kept secrets. It was like me and Don Jr. were trying to help him navigate this. And, because I was always with Charlie, basically every time this other girl would text him, like I was texting her back. Like I basically had to become a lesbian for a year as he chases goes, what should I say back? I'm like, at some point you're gonna have to text her yourself. Like everything you'd screenshot, what should I say, blah, blah, blah. And like
So Charlie Kirk was too insecure, too unsure of himself to text this young woman back. Now, granted, at this point, Charlie Kirk is debating on college campuses. He's meeting with some big names, but he can't talk to this young lady. Okay, Candace. And I want to ask you this question also. Who is the hero of this story? When we get finished, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Comment down below. He
always believed if I work hard enough, I can get this girl. That was his mentality. And he was just obsessed with her. Like reading back on those messages of this girl who then became one of my best friends and was in my wedding because of how much I felt like I was chasing her, because I liked her a lot, that the girl he was chasing. And I knew that she was going to let him down because it was very obvious that she wasn't into him. Yeah. And because he was kind of young in those ways. And she was younger than him, but, younger girls, older guys sort of a thing. And Charlie, I basically kind of forced him, and I was like, you need to go sit down with her and you need to ask her. Like it's been a long time. I've been messaging with this girl a lot, and I think you need to just sit down and say, is this something or it's not? And I knew she was going to let him down, and she did. And he was heartbroken about it. I mean, like truly, truly heartbroken about it. And as someone who viewed him as a little brother, obviously you don't like, I wanted to find Charlie, it's okay. Like, you're going to find a girlfriend, whatever. And so when Erica, then Tyler Boyd.
So the young lady that he was allegedly hunting after, this is the first time I've ever heard this story, but the young lady pops up and says she doesn't want to be in a relationship with him. He's heartbroken. And listen to how she deals with this. So Erica Kirk is really just a rebound for Charlie. And Charlie really wanted to use Erica, former Miss Arizona pageant winner, to get this other young lady to be in her feelings about it. Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Sets up this, like, I have this person for you to meet, and he comes and he's like, oh, well, she's a bit older. And initially he was like, I'm just going to use her to try to get so-and-so jealous or whatever. Because this was.
You would think that that Erica is like 50 or something, right? She's a cougar, right? You do realize that Erica Kurt and Candace Owens are the same age. Erica was born in April, and I'm sorry, Candace was born in April, and Erica, I think her birthday is in November. She's really that old. She's so much older. She's the same age as you, Candace, but let's go.
Like the first date or whatever. And then she was a bit more persistent and giving him the godly spiel, and the messages, and I'm just going through our messages, like, look, this is maybe what God wanted me to have. And, he was sort of wrapped in on, hooked on that because Charlie was a Christian. And so when I went to meet her, my thought process was, this is probably just going to be a girlfriend, but I'm glad because this will nurse his broken heart. And also he'll realize there's other people, and great. Obviously my first instinct as a woman was that she was older than me. And I just thought that's kind of weird that she would be into Charlie, because Charlie's quite young in those ways. He's an absolute genius. He's got so much going for him, but he's young in those ways. I'm telling this kid to wear a suit that fits him, and he was inexperienced, and he's been very open about the fact that he was a virgin when he got married. So I don't feel like I'm oversharing here. And when I met her, I just...
Oh, sorry, hold on. Was Charlie Kirk virgin? What?
Yeah, that's something he talks about.
Oh,
yeah, so he was very... Yeah, I mean, he hadn't even had his first kiss.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, so that's why he was so unsure of himself in those ways. So confident. If you talk to him about anything else, you could debate anybody. But when it came to the girls, he was young,
That's why he never saw anything coming.
So when I met her, and to be clear...
Candace's birthday is April 29th, 1989. And Erica's birthday is November 20th, 1988. So she's just, 6 months older than Candace. So when she keeps saying she's a great bit older, so on and so forth, she makes it sound like she's geriatric or something, but let's go.
Here, I'm going to say I became best friends with the girl he was chasing. She was fun, I just... nothing, just what everyone kind of sees now, just kind of, okay. But I did not care, and I supported. I was like, go for this.
Right.
Every message will show.
But you were never friends with Erica.
No, because there just was something I don't know, I can't explain it.
Did you ever think that she wanted it that way? Did you ever think that she wanted you out?
Hindsight is 2020.
Right.
Everything changed, but I just did not think that.
I do think, and I've said this before on my show, I do believe that Erica told Charlie that something was wrong with Candace. I do believe that. Once Erica really got into the mix with Charlie and realized who Charlie is and who's around Charlie, I believe that she told him, especially once they started dating hot and heavy, I do believe she told him, hey, Candace is not a good look. We don't need to have her around. I do believe that. And no shade. My wife has told me people don't need to be around us, and they're gone. So I believe that's what happened. This is why I believe she has such disdain for Erica.
That way, because it's just not how I think. There was nothing when Charlie and I first started traveling together, I had a boyfriend, not my husband. I had a different boyfriend. And so it just, my brain didn't think this way with him. There was no
reason to. There was no reason to. Charlie had everything.
Yeah, if she's traveling with us, great. I want to get to know her. I want you to have a girlfriend. I wanted that so bad for him because I knew how much he wanted it. And that's how we were with each other. We constantly root each other on. We were always defending each other. We always root each other on. And so if this is going to be your girlfriend, I'm going to love her more than you do, sort of a thing.
Charlie fell in love with Erica. That entire journey to me when I was reading through a text is so funny because it was exceptional. I was always leaning into Charlie's analytical mind and making fun of him. All we need to do is get a plan. You love Erica? Okay, what's the plan? What are we going to do? What's step one? What's step two? And the plan that I came up with instantly was all we have to do is convince her that her last name is terrible. Her last name, she's got to marry you because it's practical. Kirk is going to, Mrs. Erica Kirk sounds so much better than Miss Erica Francie. What is that last name?
So even here, you can clearly tell this is probably more genuine because this historical revisionism that she was just doing, that doesn't make sense. This is probably what happened. That, she was really trying to be quote unquote the wing woman, whatever. But she realized that her time with Charlie was drawing nigh.
It's a practical decision. This is the text chain from that. Charlie and Erica Kirk, he says it's going to be the power couple of the century. I need to continue to pray about it. I said, her last name's dumb. She literally needs you to propose. It's way too complicated. He said, I'm going to tell her it sounds like a sneeze. It's horrible. And then I wrote, marry me. It's a logistics thing. That's just who we were. Always making fun and always wanting to know what the plan was. And obviously it worked, you guys. It worked. Our plan worked. We broke Erica down. First came the name shame, then came the wedding, and then came the children. You know, Charlie really loved Erica from the time I'm reading through the text today. Just loved her. He loved his family. He really did.
Now, who's the main character in those two renditions of this story? Now, mind you, Candace is telling a story that Charlie and Erica are going to know nothing about. We're going to listen to Charlie and Erica tell their story. And I'm going to ask you which one seems more plausible to you. But even more than that, why is it that Candace, every time she tells a story, she is the main character in the story? She's always the center of the story. Again, there's no way that she could ever just be like, oh, this is what happened and it was apart from me. Somehow or another has got to be drawn in, and she has to be drawn into the story, and she herself becomes the main character. She's the one that said, you got to marry me. She's the one that did the name shaming. She's the one that said that she was the one texting him and so on and so forth. Because, you know, going back to that story again with the texting, if he was texting if he needed Candace to text her quote unquote friend that he was trying to date, why did he not need Candace to text Erica? That should be the next logical question, because I don't believe that story happened at all. So let's pull this in. This is Erica and Charlie telling their story. I'm just gonna let it tease it out. Y'all let me know what you think about it.
I met Erica for the first time at this office, Turning Point USA office.
So we met at the office opening, the Turning Point headquarters office opening, the first one, August 2018. And I had no idea what to expect, because I was coming into the office from the standpoint of they were potentially going to hire me.
And I knew of Erica. I saw Erica, and we had a very brief meeting at the office. And then I had my first conversation with Erica.
He'll tell it differently, so I'll tell you from my side. I was in the Hamptons. I get a random DM on my phone. I have zero service when I'm out there, and all of a sudden this DM flashes up and it's like, Charlie Kirk DM'd you. Because it's so Charlie. August 31st, 2018. Hey, shoot me a text at, and gave me his number. I didn't respond for a few days.
I Instagram messaged her and said I urgently needed to meet with her. And she said, why? And it was partially a job interview and also partially something else.
So when I eventually messaged him back via text, I was like, hey, nice to officially meet you again. What did you want to talk about? Because it was so just random. And he was like, hey, I'm coming into town, into New York City. Let's meet at Bill's Burgers. Mind you, I've lived in Manhattan now for about 5 years. I've never eaten at Bill's Burgers before, so that I guess was a sign, like, let's take an adventure tonight for dinner and go find Bill's Burgers and meet your future husband that you have no idea is about to be your future husband.
And so then we had a great time, and it was about 15 minutes in, I quickly pivoted away from wanting to hire her to wanting to date her, and now we know how that worked quite well.
He got there first, only because he was coming back from Fox and he kind of beat me there. And I got out of my taxi and we get our table, we sit down, and he orders. The thing that I love though is he was so sweet to the waitress. So that was something that I immediately noticed, that he was like really kind to them. And we ordered our food, and then that's when the grilling started happening. Like, that's when the interview process started happening. So I'm like, okay, this is a legit interview. Like, let's go. I'm glad I had my coffee. Like, I'm ready to debate you about Aristotle and Socrates, and you want to talk about theology? Let's do it.
Well, I'd never met anyone quite like her. I remember I called Tyler and I said he's going to have to find talent somewhere else. And whatever opening he thought she would fill, that was not going to work. And Tyler was trying to coach me down because he said that she was way out of my league. And he's still right, by the way.
So after we got through literally half of the Constitution, going through why I'm living in New York and how I shouldn't be living in New York, and what my 5-year plan is, what success looks like to me, what I studied in college, why, just like every topic you could imagine that is close to Charlie Kirk's heart is what we discussed and went through. When it was like 3.5 hours, and they were starting to close up, and he was finished with his burger, just sat there. And I'm like looking around like, okay, did I get the job? Like, what's going on? I don't need the job, but did I get it? What's going on? And he goes, you know, I'm not gonna hire you. It's like, okay, well, thank goodness I didn't need the job because I'm already doing stuff here in Manhattan. He goes, I'm gonna date you. And I kind of just stood, I froze. I mean, wouldn't you? I literally froze. I was just like, okay, was not expecting this at all. And I was like, do you want to how about we just be friends first? Like, see where it goes.
So Candace wants us to believe that this Charlie Kirk didn't exist. This is the Charlie Kirk she wants us to believe in is the one that needed her to text on behalf of her friend and stuff like that. Not this guy. Which Charlie Kirk do you believe actually existed? The one that went out and said, hey, I want to date you? Or the one that's like, I need her to be a rebound because I'm heartbroken over some chick that didn't want to connect with me? Which one? I think I know which one.
And I told her I had enough friends and that I didn't want to be friends with her. So that was kind of a non-starter. But if she wanted to date, that would be great. I had enough friends. And I think she still finds that to be very funny, but I meant it.
And without hesitation and like zero hesitation, he goes, I have enough friends in my life. So either we're going to date or we're not. Do I have any time to think about it? Yeah, you have until tomorrow night when I take you out for dinner, and then you can give me your answer at dinner tomorrow night. But know that the offer's on the table, and I want to date you. Okay. So then afterwards, it was like, thank you for this meeting. I need to go walk home now so I can process what happened. And I literally remember walking home from like 54th and 5th all the way to 30th and Madison to just kind of process what just happened. And I remember calling my mom. I was like, hey. She's like, hey, how are you? What's going on? How did it go? And I was like, well, I didn't get the job. She's like, oh, that's okay. I was like, but I got a boyfriend. And she's like, oh, that's nice.
The first date ended, if I remember correctly, just telling her I needed to see her again very soon, I believe Saturday. And then I guess our second date was a basketball date. And then that was a very fun night, a long night. And then I said, hey, do you want to go to Hawaii tomorrow? And because I was going anyway. And she said, sure. And so I bought her ticket and she accompanied all of us to Hawaii. And Josh was there and Sarah was there and we had a great time.
God knew I literally needed someone to smack me up beside the head being like, I'm not playing games. I'm not going to play with your heart. I'm a loyal person. I'm a good person. I'm a God-fearing person. I want to date you. I have zero tricks up my sleeve. And he just knew that I needed someone like that. And he literally was like, here's Charlie. And it was just, I think it took me by such surprise in my mind, but in my heart, I was like, no, this is, let's do this.
What was it like dating Erica? Very fun. I mean, she's incredibly loyal, a great sport about traveling and about always having my back. You know, for those people that know me, I sit around most times and don't do much and adverse to traveling, very shy, trying to find my purpose in life. So she was obviously very helpful at fixing all those things.
I truly feel as if every piece of my life prepared me to date him. And eventually, obviously, marry him, but to date him. And I say that because ever since I was little, and even after college and adult years, I traveled all the time. And I was used to living out of a suitcase. I was used to a very unconventional schedule. I was used to the entrepreneur mindset and just in the mode of building and building and building. And so I got him. I understood that. I understood his sporadic schedule because mine was just as sporadic, and I understood.
So I just want to point this out because a lot of people are saying that, Charlie would never have asked his wife to be CEO of Turning Point because she wasn't qualified to do it. But she was. She had been the CEO and running projects well before then, and Charlie was aware of those things. So why would he not say he wanted his wife in his will, in his final directives, to say she could be tapped to be the leader of this organization because she understands me and she also understands how to work. I mean, is that too far to believe? Is that a crazy idea? In the chat, let me know. Comment down below if that's just a crazy idea.
The sleepless nights, and I understood like having to make the time for someone. It doesn't just come to you. You have to work at it. You have to invest into it. And so dating each other, I loved it. I mean, we got to know each other. I tell you what, you learn something about someone a lot more quickly by traveling with them than you do just seeing them on a weekend for just a getaway. When you travel with someone and you have to go through TSA and you have to go through all the different airports and you have to deal with hotel rooms not being ready and car rentals not working out and missing your flight and every logistic you can imagine, because you see every flavor of someone's humanity. And we just, God literally made us for each other.
She was always such a great sport with all the chaos that is my life, and Turning Point USA, and my biggest fan and my biggest cheerleader, and always being just so full of grace and wanted to see me succeed.
So in November, I was scheduling my photo shoot for Proclaim Streetwear because we were relaunching, and Charlie he's so smart, but he's even smarter that day because he worked a deal with the photographer that apparently that was the day. I had no idea. All I knew is that in the morning I get a message saying, hey, while you're doing your shoot for Proclaim, I would love to do like Christmas photos. Never take photos together, let alone Christmas photos. I was like,
Christmas
okay.
photos is crazy.
And finally I was like, oh, let's do pictures together. She's like, you never want to do pictures together. I said, well, today I do.
And I'm positioned in a way where like my hand is on his chest, kind of like prom picture, but not aggressive like a prom picture. So we're saying, I'm like, babe, your heart is racing. And so I think that cued the photographer to be like, okay, let's speed this up. I stood over there, he was standing there. No idea that when I turned around that he was already on one knee. I turned back around, I see him there, I froze, I just lost it. He was crying, I was crying. It was by far the most beautiful, emotion-filled moment that I had ever experienced.
All right. So shout out to Charlie and Erica. But which one of those do you believe? Which story do you believe? The story that Candace told or the story that Charlie and Erica told? Which one do you believe? Which one sounds right and jives with what you understand? Let me know. Comment down below. I really do appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with us. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and for being a part of the best live chat and most electrifying comment section. Please make sure you hit that like button. We're marching toward 150,000 likes this month, and I'm looking forward to celebrating with you all. Thank you so much for liking the video, hyping the video up, supporting through super thanks as well as through Cashapp. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.